Hello everyone and welcome to your online learning classroom for the week 8 to 12 June. I am Mrs. Capel, I am a grade 1 teacher, and along with Mrs. Britt we are going to be taking you through the English lessons for grade 1 this week. We are going to be learning a new sound. This week, things have changed a little bit. So, school has made available packs that you can collect for your child. Now, the information and the activities in these packs is exactly the same as what is downloadable on the D6 communicator. And the videos for the rest of this week, from today onwards, will cover the work that is done in the packs. So it goes together. The pack goes with the video. So if you can do both, that's great. But if you can only get to the pack, that's also fine. It should be sufficient. So I hope that you enjoy these lessons. Remember that you can pause this video if you need to re-practice a concept over and over again. And for sight words and flashcards words, remember that they are also included in the pack. Enjoy! All right, grade ones. Now the sounds are going to come up on the screen in the little clouds. Try and say them as quickly as you can. As soon as you see it, say the sound. Let's go. S, m, n, t, g, b, k, a, e. Now, do you remember? These two sounds were put on the same slide because both of them live in the house of Anne. That's right, they both live in the house of Anne, which means when we say a word that begins with one of these letters, we have to say Anne in front, not a. An asp, an ant. Let's take a look at our theme table for the week. Say each word slowly from left to right and listen carefully. Hat, horse, hot dog, hedgehog. What do you notice about all of these words? That's right. All of these words begin with a h sound. Hat, horse, hot dog, hedgehog. That's right. This week we are learning about the h sound. Now I want you to think, when it is winter and we are feeling very cold, we go outside and when we breathe, we notice that something is different. What do you notice when it's cold and you breathe? Yes, we see the air right in front of our eyes. It is like hot steam that comes from a kettle now going into the air. And the breathing that we are doing is producing hot air. So this sound we are learning this week is called the breathing sound. And when we say it, we can even put our hand in front of our mouth and feel the hot air. H for hot that is coming out of our mouth. So repeat it after me. Now with your hand. Again. This is the sound we are learning. All right, now it's time for a treasure hunt. Do you hear the h? Treasure hunt. See how many objects you can find in your house or in your garden that begin with the letter h. Now you've got to make sure that these objects begin with h. Spend about 15 minutes looking for household objects that begin with it, saying the sound carefully as you go. Remember to pause the video now while you look for your different treasures. Okay, now we've got to the blending part of our lesson. Imagine putting lots of different fruits into a blender. Sometimes you put bananas, sometimes you put strawberries, but eventually you press blend and you mix them all together. And that is what blending with reading is as well. We are taking different sounds and we are blending them together to see what interesting smoothie or what interesting word we have created. So we are going to look at now some blending with the breathing sound. Now these words will be taught again tomorrow in tomorrow's lesson, and there you will also be able to learn about what the words mean. But for today, we are just looking at the sounds. We are saying the sounds with perfect mouths. Remember that the A has a big open mouth and the E is a nice smiley. So let's look at our first word. This first word I have even put in different colors for you to see the beginning, the middle, and the end sound. So say the beginning sound for me. Good. The middle sound, A. And the ending sound, S. Good. Now that we know our sounds, let's say them all together to see what word they make. A. S. Once more. A. S. A. S. Do you hear a word there? What word do you hear? Very good. Has. Has. Go from one sound to the next. Has. And then you will hear the word. Let's look at some other words that have a H in them. E. M. Say it after me. E. M. Him. Very good. We will learn about what it means tomorrow. Let's try another one. Look at every sound carefully. Say it after me. E. N. E. N. Hen. A. G. A. G. Makes hag. Hag. At. At. Hat. Hat. Eventually you should just be able to look from left to right and say the sounds. One more. A. M. A. M. Ham. Very good. We will learn about what these words mean tomorrow. You will see in your pack that these words are written down as well on Monday. Practice going over these sounds over and over again until eventually you can just say it from left to right. All right, clever children, now it's your time to read. Say the sounds one by one carefully to see what words they make when blended together. Go slowly and do this more than once. Alrighty, now we're going to take a look at how we draw the letter H. Do you know what kind of letter H is? That's right, it is a giraffe letter because it has a tall neck that goes to the line above the tortoise line. So let's look. You will see that this is included in your activity pack. It is activity 1. So I'm going to take you through how to get through this activity, how to do it in the best way possible, and then you can go along and do it yourself. So let's look. We're going to start at the top, and this would actually be the top of the giraffe line. And we're going to start with a straight vertical line down. Vertical lines go up and down. So let's go. When I do these types of pages, I always like to start in the middle, like it's a road that we are driving on. When we are driving on the road, we don't go too far to the left or too far to the right, because then we are going to crash. So we stay in the middle of the road the whole time. So your eyes have to really be watching. Straight vertical line down. Try and make that as straight as you can. Okay, now I'm stopping at the bottom, but I'm not lifting my pencil or my crayon yet. I'm going to go up the same line. Make sure you are watching carefully to go up the same line. Then, when I almost get to the top of the tortoise line, I start my hump. And my hump goes to the right. And I'm staying in the middle the whole time. Watching carefully, and then I stop and I'm allowed to lift my crayon. So that is how we draw the letter. Now we've drawn it once. You will remember this is called rainbow drawing. Once you have done it in one color, you can choose another color, orange, pink, whatever you would like, and go over your line again so that you practice over and over the formation of the letter. So do this now, activity 1. You will also notice that at the back of activity 1, just like we used to do in class, there are smaller H letters as well. You can do the same thing. You rainbow the letters carefully. There are also 2 pictures that you can color in. So have fun and enjoy. Remember that this letter is a giraffe letter, which means that it begins in the giraffe line and has a long neck. Here I have written down the steps to drawing a H. You can read these out to the child, but they are also included in the video. Please remember that when we write the H on lines, that the letter has one window. Can you find the little window? Alright, now you need to pause the video and practice forming the letter correctly. You can use lined paper, scrap paper, in the sand, Play-Doh, however you can. Then see activity 1 in the pack. This activity is for you to practice rainbowing the letter H and forming the letter H.
Sight word stories for grade 1s.
Good morning, grade 1. Today our story has the little boy. Do you remember him from the story You? And it starts with Fred the firefighter. He's called out on an emergency.
He drove the fire engine very fast to fight the fire. Frank the frog's house was on fire.
He raced up the stairs and sprayed water until the fire was out.
But on the way down, the step broke and he fell. Ah!
Knocked his chin, and his sharp teeth cut into his lip, and he started to bleed.
The blood dripped from his lip. Of all the friends, little O rushed to help Fred the fireman. Little O helped our brave fireman out of the house. This is our new little word for today.
You see little O and Fred the fireman together, you know that this is where Fred the fireman bit his lip and says a "vroom" sound.
Do you see the drops of blood where Fireman Fred bit his lip?
The word for today is the word of.
Of. Say the word with me. Of. Fireman Fred is back in his fire truck, on his way.
Now the next part of our story starts when Fred the fireman arrives home.
When Fireman Fred got home, his little girl was ready for bed. He went in and gave her a soft kiss on her little cheek. His little girl loves it when he uses 2 soft feathers to tickle her face softly. He hummed a little tune softly till he could hear the soft huff and puff of the little girl breathing. She was soon fast asleep, so he tiptoed out of the room and switched the lights off. This word is off. It is a soft f sound.
When you see a f and a f together, you don't say f. You're going to say one sound. And this is a soft sound. So our new word for today is the word off. Switch off the light.
There are 2 feathers that are soft. This makes a soft f sound, and we switch the light off. Say the word with me. Off. Today we learned 2 new words. Of and off.
That's all for today, grade 1s. Thank you for joining me. See you next time.
That's right, our 2 new sight words for today. Read them with me from left to right. Of, off. Once more, repeat after me. Of, off. Let's look at our reading for today. First, you are going to spend 15 minutes reading the following sentences forwards and then backwards. Read one sentence 3 times before moving on to the next. Our grade 1s, well done for all the hard work today. You will know that this week we are learning a new sound, the breathing sound. 1, 2, 3. And it is for hen. For hen. Now we are also starting something new this week. We will be reading together every day a new book for the week. So each week you are going to get a new book and we are going to read each day at a time. So mine is yellow, but yours will be white. And you will see inside that there are 4 days. Day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4. And day 1 will be Monday's work. Day 2 will be Tuesday's work. Day 3 will be Wednesday's work. And day 4 will be Thursday's work. All of this is also given in detail in the paperwork pack that you might have received or on the D6 Communicator download. So today we are going to look at day 1. Each day we'll do something different. So for today on day 1, it says, read each row 3 times. Read each column 3 times. So words we have learned are in rows and columns. It's a mixture of sight words, ones you can just see and know, and words that you might still have to sound out. Now, you're going to start. You're going to read each row 3 times and each column 3 times. While we are looking at the book, I'm going to explain all 4 days what you need to do. So some days will have rows and columns like this, and some days will have sentences. For the sentences, it says read each sentence forwards and then backwards, just like we've been doing every day. Then what you are going to do is read the sentence over and over and over again until you can read it beautifully. That means you don't have to stop, you don't have to sound out, you are confident when you read. So today, day 1, read each row 3 times, read each column 3 times. You can read from left to right, then right to left, and from top to bottom, then bottom to top. Good luck. Day 1. Read each row 3 times. Read each column 3 times. Remember that rows go from left to right and columns go from top to bottom or bottom to top.